Let me ask you something. If your manager walks in and asks you to print numbers from 1 to 1000 onto the screen, what do? Would you like to print system.out.println 1, 2, 3? Then totally you have to write 1000 lines. Would you do it? That's insane, right? That's exactly the problem loops were invented to solve. Hello everyone, I'm Achal Ramakrishna here. Welcome back to Java Full Stack Development Series by RoboDynamics. In this particular video, we are going to talk about loops in Java. There are different types of loops like a for loop, while loop, do while, for each, and we are going to also discuss about break and continue in this particular video. Before we dive in, let us check the progress in the series. We started with introduction to full stack in the first video. In the second video, we got into the world of JDK. Let me take you to the YouTube channel. This is my channel and you can see the playlist Java Full Stack Development Series. We started with Java Full Stack Development Tutorial 1. In the second video, we discussed about Java setup for IDE. The third one, what we did is we got into the world of data types. And in the fourth video, we discussed about the if else switch, etc. If you like my videos, please like and subscribe. I'll be grateful to you. Now let's dive in this particular video we're going to talk about loops. Hooray! In the next video we're going to talk about methods in Java. So why everything starts with why do loops exist? Check out this slide. On the left hand side you have lines like system.out.println 1, 2, 3. So you have to write this 1000 number of times. Now do you check on the right hand side you see just 4 lines. For syntax, open flower bracket, system.out.println and close. Now hear me something. What is changing? The line, the code remains the same, only the data is changing 1, 2, 3. This is totally insane, writing 1000 lines of code just because the data is changing. And that is exactly the reason why loops were invented. Now I'm going to give you a golden rule. What is the golden rule? Whenever you see a repeated code, think loop. On the left hand side you see repeated code, only the data is changing, think loop. Rhyme it, keep it in your mind, write it in your notebook, put it in your pocket. God knows, I don't care about what you do, but remember this line. When you see the repeated code, think loop. Let's make it a song. Whenever you see a repeated code, think loop. Whenever you see a repeated code, think loop. Whenever you see repeated code, think loop. Am I crazy? Yes, you need to be crazy to do these kind of things, but keep it in your mind. Whenever you see a repeated code, think loop. Of course I don't think so you're going to remember, forget. You'll always remember. Now let's get into the bigger picture. There are 4 types of loops: for loop, do while and for each. For loop you're going to use when you know the count and when you know the condition. It's easy. Most of the beginners love for loops. The second kind of loop is the while loop. While loop is when you know the condition and the count is not sure, like if you want to reverse a number, etc. While loop is great. If you want a loop to be executed at least once, you're going to go for do while loop, not so preferred. And the most preferred loop is the for each loop. It is recommended. There is a book called Effective Java from Joshua Bloch, and that this particular loop is recommended there. So we are going to think about, we are going to see about what is so good about this for each loop. Okay, let's get into the next slide. Now remember, this is a hands-on training. Please, small request, open Eclipse. Can you do me a favor? Always try to watch my videos in laptop, because you can open the video in the browser and you can open the Eclipse, and this is very important. Now let's get started. Now let us actually create a new project, and I'm clicking on Java project. Next, and let us say video hyphen 4b hyphen loops. Okay, now I'm going to click on next. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, yes. I'm going to click on next and then say finish. It opens the Java perspective. Yes. And then you see over here, let us right click, new class, and let us actually get into the for loop program. Public static void main, and then you're going to finish. There are very sophisticated IDEs like Visual Studio Code, IntelliJ, and Eclipse. You can use either of it. Eclipse is was used, I can say. Nowadays people are more preferring IntelliJ and Visual Studio. It's your choice, it's my choice. No, no, it's your choice. Now let us start with the for loop. Now as you know that it is insane to display. Let's say let's say that you're trying to display lines from 1 2 3 4. Now you see I'm going to, yeah, I always like code to be intended. Now when I right click run as Java application, you are seeing 1 2 3 4. Now the same lines you have to copy it 1,000 times to get this output. Now this is insane, we are not going to do it. Now what is the next thing? You are going to go for the loops. Now let us start with the for loop. So for, let's say int I is equal to 0, I is less than 5, I plus plus. Okay, and then I'll say system.out.println, and then we're going to say I. Okay, now let me go about running this particular program. Correct. So you see the output is 0 1 2 3 4. Now if you want to start with 1, correct, and then you wanted to print equal to all 5 also, then you have to say I is equal to 1, I is less than equal to 5. Now when we go about running this particular program, you get 1 2 3 4 5. So cool, right? Now if I change this to 100, if I change this to 100, then you see it is printing 1 2 3 4 till 9. So let me show you from 1. If you drag down, it is printing till 1000. This 4 lines of code is way better than writing, the 1000 lines of code to get the same output. That is the reason I was talking about. Whenever you see a repeated code, think loop. Now you can do magic. For loop is great. Now let us understand the for loop again. For loop has 3 sections. The first section is initialization section. So you see here something like int I is equal to 1. This is the initialization section. The second thing is the condition. Condition is I is less than equal to 100. The third one is update. Or either you're going to increment or you're going to decrement. Exactly. So I plus plus is the is increment over here. So for loop has 3 parts. The first part is the initialization, the second part is the condition, the third part is the update. Now let's get life to it. Have you ever printed the multiplication table? Now when I was a child, I was the most difficult thing was to tell the multiplication table. Every uncle and aunt, whoever it is, is going to ask me, tell me the multiplication table. I won't remember. Now let us try. What's your favorite number? Let's say my favorite number is 4, or if you like cricket, it is 6. Now let us print it. Now what happens is 1 2 3 4 5. Now there is something like giving life to the program. Okay, now you can say I. Okay, now let us actually make a small change. Let us declare int num is equal to 6, and instead of 6 here, let us say num. Do you think any change to the program? No change. See, the output remains 1 2 3 4 5 6. Please, all my audience, understand one thing. This is a hands-on training. The only way we're going to learn is by coding. Now let us improvise. How do you print the multiplication table? Guess. Yeah, let me try now. So let me print num. So what is it printing? Printing num 166666. Now I will do something like plus and then give a star. See, code little at a time, but there's nothing wrong in seeing the output. Hey, 6 into star. Now I'll say plus and then say I. Now let us see the fun, you know, and then you see 6 into star into 1. Oh wow! Actually, in my math book, it written like this: 6 into num into I. So you can see, you can say num is 6 into 1 is equal to 6. Now you can actually plus. Now what is plus here? Plus is a concatenation operator. Now one thing you want to understand that if the variables are integers and you put a plus, it is going to do addition. But if the variables are string or one number, it is going to concatenate a string. Now let us run the program, and then you see 6 into 1 equal to, and finally the secret sauce, you can actually say num into I, because that's what is the multiplication table. Now right click, run as Java application. 6 1 are 6, 6 2 are 12, 6 3 are 18, 6 4 are 24, 6 5 are 30, 6 6 are 36. Now instead of making it, it is ending till 6, right? Now let us say, okay, now instead of num, let us say 10. Now let us see the fun. And then you see a grand multiplication table. Super, I love it. Ah, finally you see the life has come from the for loop. Now please understand system.out.println. Now this particular line is been repeated how many times? 10 times. Only the data part is changing, and that's what is getting replaced. It's beauty. I really love it. Now what is okay? Let me find out. The multiplication table of 9. 9 1s are 9, 9 2s are 18, 9 3s are 27. Wow! Multiplication table is great, right? Now, let me scare the hell out of you. 129. That's the beauty of computers, right? They are good at everything. See, 129 multiplication table also, if somebody is going to give me $1,000 and ask me to tell multiplication table of 129, I'll write this program and give it to them. I can't remember much. So this is how the syntax of for loop. Did you like it? I love it. Now let's have some more fun. See, the more you code, the better you are. So let us try to have some more fun. So I'll say for loop 1 program. Okay, public static void main. Okay, now always pause my video, do the practice and come back. Pause my video, do the practice, come back. Pause my video, do the exercise and come back. I am here as good as sitting next to you and teaching Java to you. So use the benefit. Now let us display numbers from 1 to 10. So what do we do? For int I is equal to 0, I is less than equal to 10, I plus plus. And then you say system dot out dot println, and then you say I. Now as I told you, right, you basically have to read the code. What is the question? Display the numbers from 1 to 10. And what are you displaying? Your initial value I is 0, so it will display 0 to 10. So if you want to change 1, when you read the code, you solve all the logical bugs, and that's the most important thing. Now let's go and display it. See, it's displaying 1 to 10. Okay, throw me a question. Throw me a question. Now display even numbers from 1 to 20. Wow, what is this? Okay, 1 to 20. So I value is 2. Correct. Now and I can say I plus equal to 2. Remember one thing, I plus equal to 2 is equal to I is equal to I plus 2. Now this is what it is. So I plus equal to 2 is equal to I plus equal to 2. This is for your explanation, that's not the syntax which I have. Now let me try. Oh yes, oh no. I'm sorry. It displayed odd numbers because I started from 1. So let us go for 2 and then see. Right click, run as Java. Hooray! It's done. हो गया ये जहां हो गया आसमां. Now you see display the even numbers from 1 to 10. Yeah, it is actually displaying. Now let us say display the odd numbers from 1 to 20. So simple it is, right? My previous code was actually doing that. Now, one thing which I wanted to tell you is there are two sides of the coin. One is logic building, the other one is syntax. Syntax you can learn, but you need enough practice and you need to be agile, you need to be happy, you need to be active, you need to be crazy, and then you can see you can keep on doing it. You can be a programmer, fantastic programmer, only when you spend your life inside an Eclipse or an editor. Some if you are not comfortable going towards an editor, right, it's tough to become a good developer. So my sincere request is try to practice, try to spend 15 minutes in a day in front of an editor, slowly increase that 15 minutes to half an hour, from half an hour to 1 hour, and all you won't do quite right, you'll keep on coding, and that's where the practice kicks in. It's like, you can't play cricket, if you don't get up every day in the morning and go to the ground and practice. As simple as it is. Okay. Now there are two people. Okay. One are hardworking people. One are like talented guys. Talented people, if they don't work hard, right, they become Vinod Kambli actually. Whereas hardworking people, I love Cheteshwar Pujara. You can say that. That guy is pretty good. Hardworking, hardworking, hardworking. Now let us continue. Okay, good. Now this is what exactly is for loop is all about. The next thing is the while loop. Now let us actually, one thing, after we understand for while do while, we we're going to take some challenge. We're going to take some programs and code. That's where we're going to learn everything. Now let's go to the next loop where you have while loop program 1. Please ignore the name of the class. I just wanted to do so that we all can remember. Now while loop is pretty interesting. So let's say that you declare int n is equal to 1. This is the initialization. Now you can say while n is less than equal to 10, that is my condition. What is this? This is the condition. And here you can actually write the system.out.println, and then you can actually say n. How is it? Cool, right? Now guess what is going to happen? It is going to print numbers from 1 to 10. Is that so? Is that so? Let's run it. Let's run it. My life is gone. You see, it is printing 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1. So this is actually known. This is known as infinite loop. What? Infinite loop. Infinite loop. That means the last part is required, the update part. So you should say I is equal to I plus 1. What are you doing? You are updating the condition, correct? And once you update, the condition gets updated, and then you can actually say. Now let us actually make it simple. Let us make n is equal to 5. What did you learn from the last syntax, last video? Debugging is very important, right? Debugging. Now let us actually go to, let me put a debug. Okay, can you please watch my previous video, the Java if else if loop else if video. I have explained how to do debugging. Now what we have to do is run debug as Java application. Now it is going to change that to the debug perspective. la 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 la, the value n is equal to 1. Now you see the value n is equal to 1. Now now when you talk about the expression, I'm going to say n is less than equal to 5. So initially the value is true. Remember one thing, you get inside the while loop when the condition is true. So I go here, it prints 1 because n value is 1, n is equal to n plus 1. Now you check on this particular variable, n is equal to 2 now. Now it is actually, see, I'm pressing F6 or step over. So if you press F6, then it keeps on moving. Okay. Now it is printing 2, n value is 3, printing 3, n value is 4, printing 4, n value is 5, printing, because n 5 is less than equal to 5, right? It is printing. Now what is the value of n? 6. Now the condition fails, and if the condition fails, you get out of the while loop. This is how the while loop works. I think this is one of my best videos to show how a while loop works. Finally we are done, the program is terminated. Now if you watch this video, especially the while loop part 4 times, I promise you will know how the while loop works. This is interesting, right? Now there are other loops also you have, like do while loop and for loop. Now let me try. Now this is how the while loop works, right? We will get into the program exercises part after I explain all the loops. Now let's get into project explorer. Okay, now let us create another program to discuss about. Oh, have you understood the while loop? If not, can you please ask me a question in the comment area? I will definitely like to answer. I'm really interested to, I love Java, I love programming. That's the most important thing. So do while loop program, public static void main. How is it going so far? Are you enjoying it? Can you give a like? Can you subscribe? Can you please share it to your friends, your fellow colleagues, your other students which are there in the college? If you are studying in an engineering college or a college, if you are a student or if you are a working software professional, this Java full stack development series is for you. Now let us start with the do well. I have a story here. So first is execute, the second thing is check the condition. The difference between the while loop, where is my while loop? Okay, I think I made a mistake. I should close all the files. See guys, we all make mistakes. There is hardly anyone who has never made mistake. Now I wrongly copied into a different file. Okay, so you can actually see, yeah, mistakes do happen. Okay, sorry, I'm good. Now let me create a new program called do while loop program, public static void main. Okay, now let us understand the while loop. The while loop is you check the condition first. Only the condition is satisfied, you get into the while loop. Whereas in the do while loop, the syntax is like this. It's almost close to while loop, but there is a small difference. Now int I is equal to 1, and then you put do, and then you put a condition over here, and then you say while, and then you say I is less than equal to 5. I is less than equal to 5, and then here you say system dot out dot println, and then you are actually going to think. Now when you run the program, do you see any difference? I see the difference. It went to an infinite loop. 90% of the time beginners get into this issue because they forget incrementing it. Now I have incremented it. Now let us check. Now you see 1 2 3 4 5. Do you see a difference between the while loop? and the do while loop, code wise there is not much of a difference. The only difference is the first the statements are executed and then the conditions are checked. Do you believe me? Hey, I don't believe you. Now let me check up. Now what is the condition while I is less than 5? Now let us say I is equal to 15. When I is equal to 15, it prints 15. You see, that means this line got executed at least once. You don't trust me? Let us actually debug. Run as, see who is teaching you guys? The debugger is teaching, not me. I value is 15. Now it actually gets into the do while loop, it prints 15 and then it checks the condition, and it is not satisfied, you go out, right? So at least you saw 15 once. That is what I am trying to say, at least you saw 15 once. Now if you go back to the while loop and let's say I give the value 15 here, what happens? Let us check. If I put a, if I say run as, see everything is, see it, there is nothing like imagination. Run as Java application. What is the value of n? The value of n is 15. Dang, dang, dang. And now the condition is getting checked. N value is 15 is less than equal to 5. No, it is coming out. Nothing is getting printed. This exactly is the difference between the while loop and the do while loop. In while loop, it checks for the condition first and it executes. In do while loop, it first executes the condition. Do you know, I have a funny story to tell you. In Bangalore, right, there are two types of restaurants. Some are like Darshini's and some are like dine-in restaurants. In Darshini's, right, the fast food restaurants, first you have to purchase the token and then you have to go to the counter and then you take your breakfast. So first pay and then eat. That is while loop. Whereas in do while loop is like dine-in restaurant. First you eat and then you pay. What if you don't have money? You have the kitchen, right, where you can prepare the batter, right? That's what you will actually do. Okay, cool. I think my joke might have failed, but I am happy actually. I have told a joke. I was thinking whether to tell or not actually. Now this, so we have seen while loop, we have seen do while loop, and we have seen for loop. Now the most preferred loop which I am trying to market is for each loop. Now I just want to tell you that there is, see always, try to be excel. See, I have been practicing Java from past 25 years. It's not the first day. Now what I wanted to tell you is, maybe after 10 years of my Java experience I stumbled upon this book called Effective Java. Honestly speaking, this is where I learned most of my tricks. Now if somebody is good, I don't mind giving credit. The real, and this gentleman Joshua Bloch worked on Google, and most of the big companies like Google, Microsoft, Amazon, Meta, everyone follow all the fresh new engineers who join, right? They will be given this book and ask them to practice. So there is no need to write code in Java. You have to write good, effective code in Java, and this is a book which you have to follow. And this book, I think in 58, there are a lot of tips. The 58 tip talks about using for each. Now let us try. Okay, now let us try to write for each. I might be jumping my gun a bit. So for each, because I haven't taught you uh, arrays or lists so far, but just see this, when you see array, when we go back to arrays or lists, we will come back. Okay, now let us say you say string names is equal to like this, and then you say Rama, say Praveen, correct? These are all my school friends, I always remember them. Venu, Hari, Sunil. I have 30 friends, I can't put everyone's name. So please excuse me. Now if I say system dot out dot println names, just I'm checking, it might, I don't know what is going to be the output. So it is throwing an array, right? I can fix it. That's a different story. We'll do it in the next video. Now we'll write the for loop. So if we say for and I is equal to 0, right? I is less than names dot length I plus plus, correct? And then you can say system dot out dot println, and then I have to write names of I. Now, even though you are writing for loop, especially to print an array of names, now you see you have Rama, Praveen, Venu, Hari, and Sunil. Everyone are actually coming. Now, one thing which I wanted to tell you is there are plenty of chances to make mistakes. I might say I is equal to 1. What happens when you say that's one way of making mistake? The first element is gone. That's a mistake. Now, if I say length plus 2, let's say that I go one step ahead on the condition. It throws array index out of bound exception, right? That is a problem. So, so there are plenty of errors which you can do in a for loop. You got it? Now let me comment this for loop. Let me comment. See guys, please have patience. You can't, you know, learn and you see if you, this is your dedication, this is your passion. It is you who wanted to excel, and if that is coming from you that I want to excel, then please spend time. I am here. You can watch as many times this video to learn. No, let's go back to for each. So you say for, you say string name colon names. I love this system dot out dot println names. Now let me, okay, before running this program I would like ask you to check the previous for loop and the current for loop. The you need to start with the increment, you need to know the length, so you need to know a lot. There are more chances of error. Now you see for string name is equal to names, so no need to initialize, no need to check the length and give the condition, you just run it and you exactly get the same output. So you get the same output, am I right? Yes. Now the error margin is very low as 0 actually. So it's a humble request to all my audience, participants, students, working professionals, please use the for each loop. This is the most preferred loop and you will love it. And I'm really saying you, the moment you are into arrays or lists and all and you are doing advanced Java, no need to write this kind of code, especially when you can use a for each loop and do the same. Thank you. Fine. Now we have learned all the 4 types of loop. Did you learn it? I loved it. I now there is another thing called break and continue. So I would like to explain break and continue and then do some practices, some challenges of programming, etc. Now all of you, let me write a simple program to explain break and continue. This is very good. Okay. Now I say break continue program. Michael Jackson does break dance and we continue watching it. That is my version of break and continue. Now you see here, now let us say for int I is equal to 0, I is less than equal to 50, I plus plus. Okay, now you can say, if imagine that somebody asks a question, print the numbers from 1 to 50 except the numbers, okay, but if the number is divisible by 5, stop the loop. That's it. End the loop. End the loop is stop the loop. End the loop is stop the loop. This is my condition. You go for printing numbers from 1 to 50, but by chance or in case you get numbers which are divisible by 5, then what are you going to do? Break it. So if I say system dot out dot println and then say I, you know what it is going to do? It is going to run the program, and you see it is printing numbers from 1 to 50. 5 is divisible by 5, right? So let's write the program over here. Let's say if say num percentage 5 equal to 0. Now remember, percentage is the sorry, I percentage 5 equal to 0. See, when you read your code, no, you find your mistakes. So you say break. Now what is happening is, percentage is a modulus operator in Java. It will give you the remainder. Now when you divide 5 with 5, the remainder is 0. The condition is satisfied. Now let us do debugging. I am I am not good. Debugging is good. So run debug and Java application. Okay, fine. Now yeah, yes. Now this guy is going to, okay. Now let me continue. It is going to print 0 and then 0 percentage 5. Oh, this is an error, right? Now let us run this. See, this is my logical mistake. This is not my, okay. Now I am starting this again. Now 1%, it is printing 1, correct? And then, okay, now when you, okay, now it is printing 2. 2 percentage 5 is not 0. If you divide 3 with 5, remainder is not 0. 4, remainder is not 0. Now 5 percentage 5, remainder is 0. You see, now it will get into the break. Now what will happen is, it is going to terminate. You see, the moment break statement is called, the whole for loop is terminated. So break is an important tool for you to use it when you want, especially, let's say you're calculating, is checking if a number is prime or not, and in between you found that, you found a factor which is not the number in itself. It's better to break, right? So that's the benefit of actually break terminates the loop. The moment the break line is called, the for loop is terminated. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the question, little bit different, like print the numbers from 1 to 50 except the numbers which are divisible by 5. Small amendment to the same program. That means I want to display 1, 2, 3, 4, not 5. 5 I am knocking it off. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 I am knocking it off. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. 11, 12, 13, 14, 16, 17, 18, 19. So I don't want 5, 10, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, etc. Now what do we do? I'm trying to be smart actually. First only I will check the thing, and then I'm going to put a here, and instead of continue break, you put continue. See, continue. Continue is an interesting statement. Okay, now what is going to happen is, first it is checking if the number is divisible by 5. Now if the moment continue statement is executed, the lines before continue are ignored and the loop continues. I repeat, the moment the continue statement is executed, whatever lines are there below continue are ignored and the loop is continued. Now what I'm going to do is, I'm going to run the program, and to show you, 50 is too much, so I'll say 15. Now run the program, run debug as Java application. Now you see, it is starting. I is less than 1, it will print it. It will print 2, it will print 3, it will print 4, it will print. See, now the value I value is 5, right? I value is 5. You see on the right hand side, now it is calling a continue. Now this is where the video is important, okay? Now the moment continue is fired, what happens? It ignores the, see, line number 16, and it continues the loop. Now it prints 6, it ignores the, so 5. Now similarly 7, 8, 9, and then the I value is 10. The moment I value is 10, it gets inside the if condition, it executes continue. The moment continue is fired, it is going to ignore the system.out.println and it is continue with this. See, this is how the whole thing is printed. Now you see here, it is printing 1, 2, 3, 4, ignores the line numbers 5, 5, and ignores 10, etc. Now this is the only way to understand the difference between break and continue. You should never learn break and continue separately. You should always learn it together. Now this, congratulations, you have learned all the loops, that is while loop, for loop, do while loop, and for each loop. You also learn break and continue. Now I would love to take certain coding challenges and then see how to do it. Okay. Now I have put some programs. Now friends, do me a favor. Take this as a challenge. If you happen to solve the program and you actually put it in the comment if you are able to do it. Now if you are a beginner to Java, start with the green ones. If you have started with Java and you are at an intermediate level, then do the orange color ones. But if you think you are a pro, right, start taking your challenge. And if you are stuck anywhere, right, put it in a comment. I will connect with you in WhatsApp, and I can actually get into a Google Meet and actually explain to you also. I'm approachable, I'm available to you. Okay, now let's have some fun. Now the best thing what we will do, so now that we have learned the concept, now we have to live the concept. See, there's a small difference. If you know the syntax, you are of no use. If you are using the syntax, you are of full use. So let us start printing the numbers from 1 to 50. Yay! So what I will do is write the okay, let's start the challenge. Now from now onwards, the remaining part of the video we will be solving exercises, and that's where we will use the loops and we'll continue. So you see here, the first thing is, so print 1 to 50. Okay, this is the name of the program. So what are we trying to do? We're trying to print numbers from 1 to 50. Now all the participants understand this is a coding challenge for you. Now you should pause this particular video and start coding and you solve it. If you are not able to solve it, then come and look into the video. You might be completely new to Java. There is nothing wrong, as long as so never see my video to see the solution. Do it in Eclipse first. If you are not able to do it, come and we'll have lots of fun actually. But at the same time, if you want to know the logic, you can come. Once you understood the logic, go back and code. So I am expecting you guys to write 15 programs as part of this video. I'm trying to tell you, you'll be the best. You are the best. Now let's get in. Print the numbers. So as you know, right, everyone prefers for loop. If you know the initialization value, you know the condition, then it's easy, right? System.out.println, and then you put I. See, right click, run as Java application. You see the output 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 till 40. You want to see the console area 1 2 3 4, the whole thing is 40. 50. Now we are done with challenge number 1. Now let's get into challenge number 2. Multiplication table of any number. Ha 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 ha. Mogambo Khush hua. Now you see, somewhere we wrote a for loop program, right? and let's say multiplication table of 5. Already we have done this program as part of writing the code. 5 1 ja 5, 5 2 ja 10, 5 3 ja 15. Multiplication code is in front of you. So second challenge for the beginner is done. Now the thing is sum of 1 to 100. Sum of 1 to 100. Now this is the most important program. Now let us start. जिंदगी इम्तिहान लेती है. Now let us try. Let us create sum sum of 1 to 100. Public static void main. Now I will try. Let me have fun. Now many beginners of Java, right? They are stuck to while for loop only. They are not comfortable with other loops. I don't know why. Now let's, but you should be flexible because anything you can do using any loop. Now you see int I is equal to 1, correct? And logic is very important in life. Logic is very important in life. Let us say int sum is equal to 0. Now what I'm trying to say is, let's say while I is less than equal to 10, correct? Now I is less than equal to 10. Now I'll say system dot out dot println I. Now when I run, okay, now last time we have been hitting the infinite loop. Now one thing which I wanted you to understand is, whenever you are writing a while loop or a do while loop, think in mind that you will get into an infinite loop. When you think of an error, right, you will not make the error. Remember my statement. If you think of an error, you will never make the error. If you think of a mistake, you will never make the mistake because you are already thinking about it. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It is actually printing it. Now is the fun part. We are not here to print, right? So I'm going to take this out. Let us say sum is equal to sum plus I. Now let us say system dot out dot println, and then you say sum hyphen sum. Now let us, this is my old habit. I'll do debugging and then I will see whether I'm good or wrong. I don't believe in writing perfect code. I believe in writing code, check for the perfection and be happy. So int value is 1. See, let us go to the variables. Int value is 1, sum value is 0, correct? Now I is less than 1, so sum is equal to 1, correct? Now I value is 2, correct? Now sum is equal to sum plus 2, that is 1 plus 2, so sum value becomes 3, sum value becomes 6, sum value becomes 10, sum value becomes 15, sum value becomes 21, sum value becomes 28, sum value becomes 36, sum value becomes 45, sum value becomes 55, and I value is 11. It gets out of the loop. See, now if you multiply, can you do calculation and check? It is 55. So this is the program to print the sum from 1 to 100. Now you can terminate the program. I want to tell you the story. I think I don't know in which year, one teacher told to students to add the numbers from 1 to find the sum of numbers from 1 to 100. And there was a 10-year-old boy, I don't remember his name. He solved this in his mind. you know so I just want to tell you one thing. Okay, I'm trying to give you an alternate solution. So sum is equal to 55. This is alternate solution. Alternate solution is let's say you declare another variable called int someone is equal to 0, and you say someone is equal to okay, so n value is 100, right? N value is 100, so int n is equal to 100. Okay, now what you want to do is someone is equal to n into n plus 1, and I'm going to put another bracket here by 100. Now if I say system dot out dot println sum of numbers from 1 to 100 is equal to someone. Now see the magic here, everywhere. See it here. See, I'm telling you, every program you'll understand, you'll learn something. So I'm not trying to impress anyone, I'm trying to do justice so that the participants who are listening to me, the users, they learn it. Now here the n value is 100, so sum. So when I run this program, right, you get the same output. Sum. I think n into n plus 1. I don't know actually. I might go wrong. In the next video, I'll correct myself. Yeah, I think I goofed up. But don't worry. In my next video, I'll find the solution and we'll continue. Okay. Now this is the way you display the sum from 1 to 100. See, we can make mistakes, right? Only who can't make mistakes? Tell me. Now this is from sum to 100. Now let's take the next challenge. Print even numbers between 1 to 10. We have done it. Count down from 10 to 1. We have done it. Now let us take the next. Let's go to the intermediate section of reversing a number. So let us right click now and then click on reverse program. Public static void main. Now you see here. Yeah, I was not able to do using that formula, right? If you get the formula, can you put the formula in the comments? I love it. I'll want to learn from you also. It's not that you learn from me. We are all learners actually. Now reversing the number. Now let's say that int num is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. Now what is the int reverse? Initially I'm going to, so what is the answer? The reverse is like 4, 3, 2, 1, right? Now the best part is most of the people try for going for shortcuts. They'll treat this as string and all. No, I'm sorry, don't treat digits as digits, treat strings as strings. Now this number can be a single digit number or a double digit number or a 5-digit number also. The logic has to be the same. Now how do I reverse it? Now I was telling you, right, for loop is not a preferred choice when you don't know the, when you know the condition, but when you don't know the counter, then you should use while loop. Int reverse is equal to 0. Let's declare int j is equal to 0. Yeah, I'm just trying. While num not equal to 0, while num not equal to 0, I'm thinking actually. So what do you want to do? I want to extract the last digit. How do we extract the last digit? When you say num percentage 10, right, you're going to extract the last digit. Yeah, so when you divide 1 2 3 4 with 10, you get 4 as the remainder. That's the value in j. Now I can actually say reverse is equal to reverse into 10 10 10 10 plus j. That's about it. And then I can actually say num is equal to num by 10. See, reverse is a different while loop. Here I am not saying int I is equal to 0, I plus plus and all. Here I know the condition, but I don't know when it is going to terminate, kind of thing. So this is how I am actually managing the show. Now here I'm going to print system dot out dot println, and then I say reverse. I'm actually scared to know whether it reverses or not. Can I try? I can try actually. So let me put a debug pointer, okay, and run the code. See, whenever I code, no, I test the code via debugging. Now I put a Java application. Now the value of num is 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the reverse value is 0. J value is 0. Now num is not equal to 0. Yes, num is 123, 1234, right? It is not. So when I click on it, the J value is 4, the last digit. Reverse is equal to 0 into 10, that is 0 plus 4. So reverse value is also 4. Num is equal to num by 10. See, num is an integer variable, it is not a decimal variable. So what happens, the other part is truncated, only the whole number is remaining. So num value becomes 1, 2, 3. Now the J value is 3. Now reverse value is 4. 4 into 10 is 40. 40 plus 3 is 43. So by doing this, reverse value becomes 43. Now num value becomes 12. 12 is not equal to 0. Yes. Now J value becomes 2. Now the reverse is 43, right? 43 into 10 is 430. 430 plus 2 is 432. Now reverse value is 432, num value becomes 1. 1 is not equal to 0, correct? So the J value is 1. Reverse value is 432 into 10, that is 4320 plus 1, it is 1. So reverse value is 4321. Hooray, you got it. Looks like the logic works. So this is how you reverse the program. See, you can always pause my video, understand the logic. You get the logic actually, but you should code on your own. You should never copy my code and then say you are done. So only when you write on your code, see, first time, let's say you are writing, reversing the program, practice it 5 times. And I'm telling you, when you practice it 5 times, something you will remember which can pull your logic back and you'll be good. So the challenge of reverse a number is done. Sum of digits, we have already done it. Factorial of n. Let us do the factorial program. See, I'm trying to do as many programs as possible so that we have a great life. Now you see, factorial program, public static void main, and then you can actually see, okay, so factorial program. So what to do? You say for int I is equal to, okay, now factorial of, let's say int num is equal to 5. Okay, now I'll say while num is greater than 0. Okay, now I'll declare a variable called int fact, which is actually equal to 1. Now I'll say fact is equal to fact into num, and then say num minus minus. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. So, and then I can just say factorial of fact. Now let us do debugging. Let us do debugging. Now run debug as Java application. Now initial value of num is 5. Fact value is 1. Correct? Now fact is equal to fact into num. Fact value becomes, yeah, fact value is 1, right? 1 into 5 is 5. Now num becomes 4. 4 is greater than 0, it gets into the loop. So 5 into 4 becomes 20. 3 is greater than 0, 20 into 3 is 60. Num value becomes 2. 60 into 2 is 120. 1 is greater than 0. So, okay. Now 0 is not greater than 0, it comes out. What is factorial? Factorial is like if the number is 5, it is multiplying till 5. So it's not sum of digits, it is the multiplication of digits. So 1 into 2 into 3 into 4 into 5. So 1 into 2 into 3 into 4 into 5 is 120, and this is the factorial program. Done. I think we are going having a marathon series. Printing odd numbers, you can do it. Numbers divisible 3 and 5, you can do it. Palindrome check, print prime numbers from 1 to 50, right angle triangle, Fibonacci series, star patterns and all. Palindrome check, see we did reverse already, right? Let me take you to editor, go to project explorer, and we go to reverse program. Now you see you have two things. I can actually tell you that if let's say that int, I'll say int original number is equal to num. Now I can actually say that if original number equal to reverse, correct, then I can actually say system dot out dot println, yes, yay, palindrome. Else you can actually write it as system dot out dot println, not a palindrome. Now when you run the program, it says 4321. Why? The original number is num. No, why it is saying no? This is interesting, right? Okay, now let us put a debug pointer here. Okay, and let me run it. Debug. Okay, debugging. Now the reverse value is 0, j value is 0. Okay, okay, now it comes here. Now what is the original number? 1234. And what is the reverse number? It is 4321. Correct. So 1234 is not a palindrome, right? Because the reverse is 4321, right? Naturally, right? This is correct. Now if I say 12321, that means, okay, terminate. Now let us actually restart. See, don't panic. If you press the panic button, no, you'll collapse actually. Sometimes you feel that, hey, did I go wrong? That's okay. And failure is part of success, and success is part of failure also. That's another logic of mind. See, okay, now 12321. After this whole story is over, hang on, you see. The original number is 12321, the reverse number is 12321, and then says, yay, palindrome. Now, so what did I do? I used a dependent on reversing a number to calculate on palindrome. In the next video, I am going to talk about functions, and then I'll show you the reusability. Now you have numbers like prime numbers from 1 to 50, patterns, right angle, Fibonacci series, and star patterns and all. Now I'm going to give you an exercise. All my friends and participants, please do me a favor. If you are able to write the logic of this pyramid in Java, I can tell you, you have reached the maturity of the loops. You can write any loop in this world. So I'm giving you an exercise for you. Write the Java program to print the prime numbers from 1 to 50, to print the right angle triangle pattern, to print Fibonacci series given a number, and this particular star. If you are able to do it, take it from me, you are the best in Java. You are 10 times better than me. I can easily tell you that. So thank you very much for watching the video. If you like this particular video, if you see that you have learned the concepts, Please like and please subscribe. Please share it to as many friends. We have gone into a marathon journey. It's like going from Kanyakumari to Srinagar, such a long way. We have already, God knows when we'll reach Bangalore. That means we should finish core Java and advanced Java. So the path is a long path, but the highway is there. The roads are good in India, so we don't have to worry about it. So thank you very much for attending this particular video. In the next video, so what did we discuss in this video? We discussed about for loops, the while loops, the do while, and the for each. We also discussed about break and continue. We did some interesting programs. In the next video, I'm going to talk about methods in Java. So methods is like procedural programming, or you can say modularity. You organize your logic into reusable blocks. Thank you very much for attending this video. See you in the next video. Bye bye. Have a fantastic day. Bye bye. Thank you. Bye bye.